Hey guys, I'm finally back. I know 87% of you probably didn't even notice I was gone, and the other 13% are dead.
Millions are dead!
But I finally returned from my hiatus to bring you a top 10, along with a bunch of other stuff coming up real soon, but top 10 for now. Let's just focus on this. I'm currently renovating my room right now, so no video for now, because everything's a mess. This is better, trust me. So 2018 is in the books, and I'm not gonna get some schlong spiel. I mean long. This is already going poorly. 2018 did have some really great games. Of course, I haven't been able to play every single game released this year because, you know, money and bills and time. So without further ado, here's my top 10 games of 2018. Warning, this is just my opinion, so we're not gonna agree on everything. Also, please don't forget to subscribe, thank you. Oh, and I have a Discord now. It's in the description below. Look at that. Check that out. It's right there. Over the past few years, it's felt like JRPGs are making a huge comeback and they're starting to take the gaming world by storm once again. We've had great games such as Persona 5, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Valkyria Chronicles 2, Nier Automata. Okay, some people may not view this as a JRPG, but I'm including on this list, so go ahead and fight me! Ni no Kuni 2 is a gorgeous game that completely draws you in by the style and atmosphere. I mean, it has the style of a Studio Ghibli movie. It's sexy. Taking control of Evan, a cat-human thing, you embark on a journey to unite all the kingdoms in this world. Ni no Kuni 2 also features the President of the United States. Why? Figure it out, Sherlock, because I don't really, it's weird. It's a pretty simplistic journey in all honesty, a little too simplistic. The biggest drawback for me is the fact that everything feels so watered down. I understand it's a game made for kids, but even in that aspect, it feels watered down. I know I said it twice, but it's the best way I can describe it. I'm actually doing a collab on this video game with a friend of mine.
Hey, Vsauce here. Wait, wrong channel. Hey, Arcade here. I'm in this video now talking about Ni no Kuni 2.
So we're gonna be diving deeper into what we love about this game. Oh, and also what we don't love about this game. Yeah, there's gonna be some of that. I've always been a fan of folklore monsters, whether it be Wendigos, Cthulhu, Kushisaki Onna, seriously look that one up, and obviously werewolves, cause wolves, I mean, come on. So when given the chance to be one of these beings, I'm naturally just gonna jump all over it. Immediately I was drawn into vampire. It's dialogue heavy and relies more on how you want to take on your path as a vampire rather than just gameplay alone. You can decide whether or not you want to give into your vampiric nature or be passive and try to help out the town. Almost every non-playable character you meet can be killed if you so desire. The game lets this mechanic be known near the beginning when you're met with a person who's pretty much a dick. I mean, dude just stabbed someone and called you this.
Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you ass.
Freaking want to stab the piss out of him. Well, I mean bite since you're a vampire, but you get the point. Now there are actually benefits to killing these people. The game becomes easier and each person has a certain amount of experience that they can give you. Experience is scarce, so this gives you a motive to kill these people. Plus, there are people that you just really want to kill because they're the absolute worst. Like, you're gonna want to learn the shadow thing, and it's like, alright, I'll just kill Mary because why not? I hate her, she sucks. While I really enjoyed the choices and paths that you can take in this game, it's really dialogue heavy. Like, you'll be talking more than fighting. I felt that this game had a nice foundation, and it made me excited to see what Don't Nod Entertainment comes out with next. Really looking forward to Twin Mirror. When it comes to retro games, there's usually always one argument.
Suave, suave, ¿Por qué no los dos?
The Messenger is one of the most difficult and intriguing platformers I have played in such a long time. When looking at this game, some might think, yeah, it looks like your typical platformer that wants to cash in on nostalgia, which couldn't be any more from the truth. Platforming in this game is extremely fun as well as challenging. The ability to travel back and forth through time is a great mechanic as it not only changes the visuals from 8-bit to 16-bit, but the music and level designs change as well. It's clear that Ninja Gaiden is an inspiration for the game because, I mean, look at that. You see that? But this game is so much more than that. If you're a fan of retro games or challenging platformers, do yourself a favor and get a copy of this game. You know what this list needs more of? JRPGs. Square had produced some of my favorite games during the 90s, such as Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI. So when I saw the artwork for Octopath Traveler, I immediately was like,
shut up and take my money!
The style is very reminiscent of those 90s Square games, but much more enhanced. I mean, look at that, that's beautiful. But the combat is what really sells me on this game. It's tough as piss, man. Now, weaknesses are prevalent in most JRPGs, and that's no difference here. However, they tweak some of those traditional JRPG tropes. For instance, you need to continue to hit an enemy with their weakness numerous times to stagger them. There's a lot more to the combat and it's extremely engaging. The ability to create your own party based off what you want is also really great. Each character has their own story and you can go whatever route you want to go. Just like, oh hey, this chick has a wolf, I want to go her route. Okay, go do it, you can. There's so many different paths to go. My biggest gripe with this game, however, is there's little to no character interaction within the party. It's just, oh hey, we met this guy and now we're gonna do your missions and that's it. There's no discussions, there's nothing. It's just, okay, we're gonna do your stuff now. That's it. It's a game that's going to take a lot of time to complete. Each individual battle is going to take time as well, but because they're so engaging, you're not gonna realize how much time you spent on this game. If you love traditional JRPGs, you need to do yourself a favor and pick this game up. It's so easy to lose yourself within this world. The next game actually wasn't going to be on this list because I hadn't played it until about a week ago. No, seriously, this is a last minute addition. I'm very glad that I was able to play Celeste because it's so gosh darn. What have I got? As someone who's developing their own video game, surprise, for those of you that don't know, I'm creating a video game. It's gonna take some time. Look out for it in like 2027. To see the type of quality and love that not only was poured into this game, but the love that pours out onto others is inspiring. The platforming is fluid as well as challenging. For the more hardcore platformers, this game offers moments where you'll be able to test your ability and die a lot. Freaking come on, I just want to grab the freaking strawberry. The story of Celeste is terrific. The game subtly takes hold of your heart as you take on this journey with Madeline up the Celeste Mountain. There's some great characters in this game, but it's Madeline that takes the cake for me. She's extremely relatable and it's up to you to push forward and progress up the mountain. Rather than how difficult platformers can make you want to throw your controller through a window, Celeste is all about overcoming these obstacles and the way it masterfully combines the story with climbing the mountain both literally and metaphorically. It's a game I find hard to put into words because it just hits you on such a personal level that I would just go on and talk about the moments in my life that this game reminded me of. It's truly a game that you need to experience for yourself. One genre of gaming that I never really get into is the fighting genre. Sure, I have fun with it and can become pretty decent with certain games, but I quickly become bored with them. There's a few exceptions to that trend, and one of them is none other than Dragon Ball FighterZ. Dragon Ball is one of my favorite shows of all time and easily my favorite anime. Yes, I know it consists of but I like it. Also, fun fact, my grandma bought me this for my birthday. 10 out of 10, grandma. You the best. So the combat is really simple to get into, but it's tough to master. It's made by Arc System Works, the same company that developed Guilty Gear, and let me tell ya, that game has a steep learning curve. Ooh boy. Dragon Ball FighterZ has a great story that's completely original. It's fun to see how certain characters interact with one another. We all wanted to see Vegeta and Yamcha awkwardly talk to one another, or Yamcha and Nappa. Frieza and Yamcha felt weirdly sexual for some reason. It's weird. It's also really fun to beat people online as Yamcha and hear how pissed off they get because of that. Honestly, this game is really fun as Yamcha. The story takes you through 3 different paths, and I won't spoil exactly what those paths are, but the story's really fun. The movesets are faithful to the series. Throw in some dramatic and even what-if finishes, this game just oozes love for the Dragon Ball franchise. There's a lot of content in this game, and they're adding more stuff in these free updates. Overall, it's a fun fighting game that has a great community around it, and also Trunks is the best player in this game, don't at me. There are games that just capture the essence and vision of a character. You look at it and you're like, yep, that's right. That's exactly what Marvel's Spider-Man does on the PlayStation 4. You are quickly pulled in and you experience not only Spider-Man's but Peter Parker's character. Not only does this tell a great story, but the gameplay is extremely solid. Of course, you can tell the combat is influenced by the Arkham games, but it also expands the gameplay to fit Spider-Man's character. I'm a big fan of stealth gameplay, and this game allows you to use stealth pretty much whenever you want, which I freaking love. Spider-Man makes traveling really fun. Do you know how huge that is? You'll see an objective or some side quest on the complete other side of the map, and it's not gonna bother you because traversing is extremely enjoyable. Sure, you might be like, man, that kinda sucks, it's all the way over there. But then you'll take 3 swings and lose yourself in the web sling and traversal. Plus, I like to land after falling really high up and then finger bang people. This may be my favorite Spider-Man of all time, in all honesty. It's a really, really, really fun game, and there's just so much to do. Just play it, it's so good. I I don't like prequels. Sure, some lore or background to a character is always nice, but I always feel so disconnected in prequel movies and even video games. And that's why it's such a surprise that I love Red Dead Redemption 2. There's so much to explore, and seeing the landscape over the horizon while you ride your horse makes you want to traverse to pretty much everything you can. Your horse isn't like the horses in Skyrim though, trust me. With a ton of adventuring to do, it's easy to get sidetracked. However, the story draws you in early and often. Sure, some of these characters you know from the first game, but there's quite a few that you haven't met before. The story's extremely well done, and it's going to keep you on your toes throughout all of it. Also, you're gonna cry during this game, just accept that reality, it's going to happen. The musical score started to hit me towards the end of the game. The cinematics mixing together with gameplay and cutscenes gives a really nice feel. There were some hints of that in Grand Theft Auto 5, but in here it's much more polished and feels more authentic. It's truly an incredible game that you need to try out. Plus, you can put it in first person mode and enjoy Cowboy Skyrim. The last game had to do with prequels. This one is all about the sequels. I love sequels when it comes to video games. There's just so many that I love. I could make a list. So what sequel made it to my number 2 spot? None other than God of War. Once seeing the reveal trailer in 2016, I was all on that hype train. And then I saw the rumors on how different the gameplay would be, and I immediately became more cautious with my expectations. Change is good, but by everything I was reading, I was worried they changed too much. But boy,
He said it! He said it!
was I wrong. Taking place many years after God of War 3, you embark on a journey with Kratos' son Atreus to scatter the ashes of his dead wife. It's a much more somber game than any of the previous installments, and it changed up the gameplay just enough to make it feel like an evolution to the series. I love hack and slashers, don't get me wrong, but this felt like a nice change of direction. Plus, it's Norse mythology, which I love so freaking much. I would see a character and be like, ooh, I know you. I mean, I did that in the other games as well, but I just prefer Norse mythology to Greek mythology. There's many heartfelt moments in this game, and you really feel for every main character that's involved. Plus, that ending just had my jaw drop. My god, it was great. If you've never played a God of War game before, that's fine. Sure, some things you may not understand and you won't get all the cool little details and Easter eggs, but I've had a few friends pick this game up without playing the previous installments and they loved it, so, like, play it. I honestly can't think of a game that was more hyped up than Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The internet was going crazy for it, friends were going crazy for it, my dog was going crazy for it. I had high hopes, but tried to keep my expectations lower because going into a game thinking it's the next best thing doesn't always turn out well. But man, this game sets the bar on quality and detail. Online mode needs some tweaking though, but Ultimate just runs so fluidly. It responds to your inputs with zero problems, plus they brought my boy Wolf back. It's just loads of fun for anyone to pick up, and that's the biggest thing for me. It's fun. Like, I went to record about 20 minutes of gameplay footage for this video, but I ended up playing over 2 hours because I got so into this game. Super Smash Bros. Has always been one of my favorite franchises. I used to play it religiously in high school. After school, me and some buddies would just hang out and play Brawl for hours on end. I even did some tournaments back in the day because I was actually really good at the series. There's a new story mode with World of Light, and there's so much detail and care put into these fighters. I mean, there's a freaking Street Fighter themed section, it's dope, except for this fight with Ken, it sucked. Classic mode makes a return, but it changes up the fighters for each individual character to make it center around a theme. I have no idea why my top score is Yoshi, in all honesty. I'm actually really crappy with him. There's also some bosses at the end of classic mode depending on which character you choose. There's honestly just a ton of content here. The attention to detail doesn't go unnoticed, and Smash is still bringing in more things like this plant. Also, I just now realized how ironic it is that Persona 5 was my game of the year last year, and now Joker is gonna be in Smash Brothers. Gonna main him. With new characters coming and hopefully some online improvements, there's a ton to look forward to. Also, I just want Banjo-Kazooie in Smash, please! Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I know I gotta say that all the time, but that's all YouTube is. A lot more videos are coming, so stay on the lookout for that. Thank you again so much, and I'll see you all in the next video.